All right, Shalom. First off, I want to start off by saying all praises, honor, and glory is due unto Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, and Kakadash. So all praises to the world calls God, whose true name in the Hebrew is Yahweh, by Hashem in the name, and Yahweh Shai being the name of the only begotten Son. Also want to say double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and mercy to the hopeful elect. Preaching his word in truth and sincerity on the brother Tazabah, the Great Millstone, Arizona camp, well with another video to edify. And I'm gonna call this one Plagues Pestilence in the next shutdown. Right? Working title, It says the WHO's pandemic treaty and a bird flu crisis are both arriving at the same time. It says health officials are issuing very ominous warnings about the potential for a H5N1 pandemic among humans, while WHO is preparing for a vote on global pandemic treaty at the 77th World Health Assembly at the end of this month. The global pandemic treaty will give the World Health O's far more authority than it had during the last demic, and a lot of people are deeply concerned about how that power will be used during the next major crisis. As you will see below, 2 more cases of the avian flu have just been confirmed. If the avian flu mutates into a form that can spread easily from human to human, that will create an enormous amount of fear, and the death toll could potentially be catastrophic. Right, so they're telling you right there what it is. Right, and Lord, well, I'll remember to put this article in the description, but they're telling you right there what it is. Remember, Lil Bill that makes the iPhones sat there and said in the beginning of 2020 or something like that, 2020, 2021, that the people didn't take, CVID 19 serious, but they'll take the next one serious. So this can potentially be the next one that's supposed to be serious. Now they're talking about cross-species infections. Well, if it's able to jump from a person, it's able to jump to other animals, which is going to affect your food supply, right? Because animal to man, that's a cross-species infection, so it'll be easy to cross into any food supply, right? How many products are made with cow parts? How many products are made with pig parts? Right. I remember they said, people have to stop eating meat. They coming out with bug proteins and everything to fulfill that need. So this is all shaping out to just be the next part. And the scriptures talk about the pestilence, right? Because it's not only just the possibility that these devils are engineering something to be able to shut stuff down. It's a high probability that this is actually going to be something that's going to be potentially very deadly, right? This is Ezekiel 2:10. It says, "And he spread it before me, and it was written within and without, and there was written therein lamentations, mourning, and woe." And when people start dying in mass numbers, when they bring up another shutdown with more authority given to the WHO people on what they can do within the nation, who they can lock up for any reason, right? That's going to present lamentation, mourning, and woe. This is stuff that the scriptures talk about over and over and over again. This is sheer extent to how things can go south. Jeremiah 28:8, and the prophets that have been before, this is the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old, prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence. You see, The prophets never came with a sweet message, right? It wasn't their custom to come with a sweet message and tell them, hey, everything is going to be good. You didn't need a prophet for that, right? Things were just good. So the true message is what? That the time of Jacob's trouble is coming. They're going to shut things down all over again. Plague and pestilence is about to be on the earth, and it's going to be extremely relevant, right? You're not going to be able to go outside. Scriptures talk about that. The man shall desire to go into the city and shall not be able, because what? The shutdowns are coming again. And here it is. You know, people got a glimpse of that in 2019, 2020, right? All the way to 2023. People got a glimpse of that. And then when they let niggas back outside, it was more wild than the first time. Right? People are more wild than the first time. So the Lord used that time just to prove to us that a 2/3, somebody who was not part of the elect, that's all they're going to do. They're going to BS, party and BS. And there's no reproving them. There's no correction. There's no amount of correction that can actually help solve the deficiencies in their spirit. So this next one is just to start, wiping people out of the earth, man. 2 Ezra 15. And 11. It says, But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and I will destroy all the land thereof. And with Egypt now, right? Because when you go to the book of Revelation, it talks about a place that is spiritually Sodom in Egypt. The new Egypt, the new Sodom is America, Babylon the Great, right? That is the new Egypt. That is the new Sodom. We're talking about just the sheer out oppression of the Israelites, which are the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. The most oppression came out of here. Just like in Egypt, the oppression on the Israelites, what came from the rulers of that time, which are the Egyptians. And Sodom, right? This place is where sodomy is pushed out throughout the earth. The whole alphabet agenda. Right? It says, Egypt shall mourn, and the foundations of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that Yahweh shall bring upon it. Right? In CV-19, really, it didn't affect as much as it should have, as it could have, because it was just a trial run. But this next one, Lord will, it's going to get the attentions of the people, because when the prophets came out, they spoke to you in the spirit. We gave you the breakdowns. We gave you the understanding, right? Like the scriptures say, we have piped unto you, but you have not danced. We have lamented unto you, but you have not. So the piping, the lamenting, the lifting up our voices, plenty of people have heard it, but there's only few, like the scriptures say, that are going to be saved and actually took heed to the message. So the many that are out there, this is all that lies that remains for you. This is 2 Ezra 15 and 26 says, For Yahweh knoweth all them that sin against him. Therefore he delivereth he them unto death and destruction. For now are the plagues come upon the whole earth. Right? This isn't just going to be something that's in one part of the world. This is going to be a national thing. When you read down in this, let me see if I can find it. This article right here, it says, we are witnessing history play out before our eyes during this process. With coming together, with the coming together of all countries to decide a binding pact to protect all citizens of the world. And you can also go up, and it tells you that it has 194 nations, right? All of them agreeing together, because this is that time. So this thing is going to come upon all the earth. You had pockets before that got it worse than others, but then you have places like America that you can seemingly move around in certain areas easily. Well, they're gonna fix that. They're gonna fix that with these new treaties, these new encompassing measures. All right, this is Jeremiah 29. And 17, it says, "Thus said Yahweh of hosts, behold, I will send upon them the sword, the famine, and the pestilence, and I will make them like vile figs that cannot be eaten." They're so evil, talking about Jake, right? So the Lord is going to send this famine, the sword, pestilence, all these destroying things because of the vileness of the 2/3 of Israel, man. There's no getting right. And I will persecute them with the sword, with the famine, and with the pestilence, and I will deliver them to be removed into all the kingdoms of earth. Now, this whole removing into all the kingdoms of earth, that's already happened, right? But that judgment for that vile nature, it still remains, man. It's going to be a repeating thing. This is Luke 21. End it on this one, man. Luke 21 and 11, it said, start at 10, it says, Then said he unto them, Nation shall rise against nation, talking about the sign of the end, right? And kingdom against kingdom. We have that. Russia, Ukraine, Russia, Ukraine, the U.S. stepping into that battle. You got parts of the NATO nations that are supplying weaponry and everything like that too. This is showing you how real it's getting. It says, "And great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, and famine and pestilences." You see, it's not just going to be one, right? We're going to see an explosion of disease in this earth, man. It says, "And fearful sights and great signs shall it be from heaven." And now they're talking about how the planets are aligning. I think it's 6 planets are aligning on June the 3rd. So this is all pointing towards the Lord about to do this, and all these nations are in on it, that's that new world order system, right? But Lord willing, this is edifying. Call Allah Yahweh Shai. Shalom.